the top seed. Christian Alshon and Tyra Black are also looking to compete, but we are on their way. So prior to break, Cody, we talked about Jeannie Bouchard and Martin Emmerich in this match, but they actually fell to the youngsters, Camden Chaffin and Emma Nelson, who are competing. They are our hatless duo.
How old are they?
Cody, that point took too long to finish. What was your question?
What
was your
I
question?
love about this. So how old are these kids?
Yeah, Camden is coming in at the ripe age of 14, and Emma is at just a mature 15.
And we are seeing them pressure their opponents here.
Yeah, and to put that in perspective, next year Connor Garnett turns 29. So
elder statesman of the court here.
Yeah, so he is almost their combined age is almost equal to that of Connor Garnett. But they've inched ahead. Connor will be serving at 102 in his Tui Nation hat. And right on cue, it's the Tui drive to the shake and bake. Milan Rane, one of the fan favorites. She's down at that Mecca in Boca Raton, finishing it with a Tui of her own, not too shabby.
And some of you may know, maybe most of you know, Connor Garnett might have the most deadly Tui drive in the PPA on the men's side.
Absolutely, he definitely favors it, and it is a shot he really likes off of the bounce or the swinging volley. Won't see too many speed ups out of the air from him up at the kitchen line, but if the ball's bouncing anywhere on the court, watch out.
As we know, Millie can crush the ball as well.
Millie can rip it. You learn a lot of that in boarding school. Millie learned that powerful shots that she has in boarding school.
I didn't know that.
Yep, it's a fun fact. Nobody's home.
No.
Look at that. And a quick timeout. We got Coach Wolf going on court to give some guidance, but we're up quickly. 5-0, Millie pulling that trickle down the middle. Can we get a replay on that from the booth? That little forehand. We'll see if we can get that. We'll need Emma and Camden to settle down a little bit. But you can see veterans. Let's see this little pull. First good dink, getting it out ahead, and then doesn't really follow that dink. If you're going to hit that dink wide and get it to bounce and push her back a little bit, you need to close down that middle. Millie been around for a really long time. Yeah, I think he had to be aware of the line, had to slide over if that ball's going to pull her out wide. We'll see if Coach Wolf had any adjustments for them as they're coming in at 5-0-2.
Great out call, great poise from the kids.
Yeah, Connor feeling itself. Interesting to see sort of the ready position of the younger kids. Almost at chest level, looks like a high-level junior tennis player in that sense, and sort of playing doubles. You don't typically see that in pickleball too much.
Wow.
Nice reach, nice misdirect, putting that out wide. Let's take a look at it again here. Yep, Connor playing a big middle and just sliding it back behind him.
And look, obviously they got down, but the look of these kids on the court is incredibly poised, and he goes around them again.
Yep, Connor playing really big on a ball that's high enough for him to speed up. He's probably going to need to respect that shot a little bit more. So some good dividends, seeing why they were able to beat Jeannie and Martin. Yeah, just a court position thing. She's hitting that from her shoelaces at the midcourt. Even if that gets over the net, Connor's going to be able to counter that down. Getting a little net court love for Connor and Millie, who have played a good bit of the 2025 season together, as they're coming in at 15-8, winning about 2/3 of their matches. Not too bad. Maybe the greatest player of all time in the Major League Baseball, but we're playing mixed doubles pickleball here today. Millie had the opening, saw the ball come up, was able to go back behind, but the left court pushes that one just a little bit wide.
Great choice by Camden to watch that ball too. His nerves seem very low.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he is bothered by too much out there.
No.
It could have been a case where, hey, we're in the main draw, we're playing Jeannie and Martin center court, emotions are high, but they're like, oh, they're just going to move me back to grandstand, and ain't nothing but a thing for me.
A lot of wind right now. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm absolutely on that. I was going to compliment Connor. He got a couple higher balls earlier with the wind. He didn't try to do too much with them, but I think felt that pressure of them coming back in and maybe forced one a little bit there.
And I'm just amazed at the poise that the kids are showing. Good lob.
Yeah, kudos to Connor mixing up his spots after going a line, then pulls one crossbody and ready for the forehand counter.
And to Emma, I mean, she was sitting on that 2A. She does not look like she's 14 years old by the way she plays.
That's because she's 15.
Is she 15? You're right, exactly. That makes the sense. All the sense in the world,
Rane.
Josh.
Let's go, Mills. What an ATP there. Some of the best ATPers in pickleball live out of Boca Raton. You got Ben, you got Fed, and you got Millie Rane. Another ATP, this one defended. Connor does the right thing and slide over. Career record for Emma and Camden is 8-2. That could be a mix over challengers and PPAs and main draws, but very, very strong. Some familiarity and some familiarity with winning and each other. Cam playing really big right there in the middle.
I have not seen a single emotion on Cam's face as of yet. He is locked.
Yeah, I think Connor would take that every time, forcing the one hand below the net slice, fourth shot, but unable to do anything with it. 3-6 on the one.
Connor playing big here. Tough rally interrupted by a ball.
A practice point over there.
Wow.
We're not going to call Dylan and Pablo out, but it looks like the two of them.
Big time player at 14 years old, and Connor is less than enthused by that result.
Not a particularly strong return, and then Millie swinging volley from the midcourt. I mean, you just need to accept a little bit of defeat there and get that ball down.
And an out ball.
A missed forehand there, and 5-6. Confidence has got to be growing for the team.
Absolutely. You don't see any of the jitters that we've seen with younger players from these players. Our score, 6-6.
Tied it up. I don't think Connor and Millie are too bothered by it. They're going to let it play it out, no timeout. Maybe just clean a couple things up.
Quite ready for that one. Emma not missing much at all. Camden maybe looking at something else or just not prepped.
Yeah, good move by Connor too. Big jump. I wouldn't say it's been anything out of this world from the youngsters, but just strong, consistent play. And
yeah, they look like veterans.
Forcing the error from Connor there, and they've squeaked ahead. They're up 7-6-2 here in game one.
Tries to disguise Tui, and
another error, and we are going to be taking a time serving.
One of the first misses we've seen from the youngster.
Yeah, don't want to give it up softly. Want to really make the pressure be felt by Connor and Millie, but Mills serving here at 6-8.
Oh, and can't get out of the way there.
Yeah, but again, gets hit with the ball, seems fairly unfazed by it. It's going to get right back to work. Mindset seems pretty strong, but 7-8-1.
So the timeout has done two things in this brief period where we've been back. One, Connor's obviously settled. He's back to hitting his high percentage shots. But also the kids maybe are thinking about, oh my gosh, we got up on these two players, and there's a little bit of reality setting in, and I think we're starting to see maybe a little bit of nerves.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how they bounce back. Again, momentum is a fleeting thing in this sport, as they're taking a quick video challenge timeout. We're seeing if Millie and Connor can keep up the good play, making it to the quarterfinals as they did in Cincinnati and Bristol. Last tournament of the year, might as well go for it. Again, Coach will fully engage with Emma and Camden. Millie and Connor, having played the majority of the year together, looking for their 16th win on the season, know what their roles are. Right back to work as we're about to resume. They will be up 9-8 on the one.
Seeing some frustration from Emma too. Again, when these kids came out, they were unflappable. They are getting flapped. Tons of pressure on them too.
Ball goes a little bit long there at the end, and a quick turnaround after a little bit of a vacant for game two.
Look, the kids were up, or they were down 5-0. They came back, got to 6-6. Tied it. They were unflappable, very little emotion, high percentage, compact strokes. Now we're seeing misses from a well-timed timeout from Connor and Millie. That kind of shifted the momentum where the kids, I think, realized that, oh my gosh, we're up 8-6 on Connor Garnett and Millie Rane. And then you saw the emotion come back, and then you saw, okay, they are younger. So they have to go back to that almost robotic efficiency that they had. It was working really well for them.
Just a little bit wide, not the start they're looking for after a couple loose errors on the returns. Really well engaged on a point, and then just half a second late on that forehand counter, and they're already up 3-0-2.
Looked like the ball.
For good reason.
Rip a forehand on the third, and I was surprised. It was a really nice ground stroke he has on his forehand, but obviously he's going to prefer the 2E.
For someone that prefers the 2A so well, he engages and gets over that forehand side with that tucked elbow really, really quickly. He cleans up in the middle very, very well for someone that does have a strong affinity with their backhand.
Again, these misses were not present when the kids opened up the first game.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration. If I'm in their camp, I was like, we were down 5-0 in game one and we took a lead. 4-0 ain't nothing but a thing. Really getting pushed back to hit that drop a little bit. encroaching up a little bit quick, so maybe we'll see a little micro adjustment here, starting a little bit further back in the court. Hits that drop and she's able to come in. Fantastic dig by Connor.
Unreal composure by the kids.
Yeah, and great fight by Millie, and keeping that pressure on. A lot of good off-speed setup shots. We get a quick timeout. We are back at 5-0. We'll be back momentarily. A big wave from the court as Millie Rane realizes that she's got some fans in the booth. Ball on court. This is the second time Pablo and Dylan have sent a stray ball over to Carvana Grandstand court. We're going to need them to clean that up moving forward. Millie serving 5-0-2. Connor playing big. Right now it looks like Camden is just letting the game come to him as opposed to maybe doing a little bit more dictating. Seems like he's a little bit on his heels. Like to see him be a little bit more on the front foot. What an angle. Millie making that ATP. Connor there to clean it up. Fun fact about Millie Rane, she also taught Andre Agassi a couple little tips recently on his Tui. She was a fan, so this is truly a Tui team they have right now, and they have skyrocketed out to an 8-0 lead. On the line, Emma is showing a little bit of frustration now.
I would be too. The game is absolutely running away from them. The composure's pretty much gone. They're gassed. Pretty much everything's working for Connor right now.
And his partner, especially his partner. A fantastic shot by Millie down the middle. And we have stumbled upon match point already. 10-0 here in game 2. Fantastic, great movement again by Connor Garnett as they have taken game 2 11-0. So after a little bit of resistance in game 1, actually falling back behind, Connor and Millie roll off 14 straight points to wrap it up 11-0 in game 2. And they will be a force to reckon with as they look to make their third quarterfinal of the year. Can't help but mention great stuff we saw from both Emma and Camden this morning, huh?
Absolutely, and I think there's so much for them to be proud of, and there's so much momentum for them. Obviously, they're going to look back at this and figure out what they need to do. I think a lot of it is just keeping composure, and there's an emotional component that when you're 14 and 15 like they are, that it's just really